Good morning. It is Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7 Grand Rapids Best Mix saying welcome to Wednesday, September 18th, 2024. What's going on, Laura?
Hey, not much. How are you?
I'm good. A couple of things. First of all, it's getting dark like way earlier than it has been, like just the fall changing. I got home last night from this little meetup for Men Wear Pink of West Michigan, and I was like, holy crap, it's pitch black.
Yeah,
it's like 8 o'clock. Oh, you do?
Well, I have to put a baby to bed at 7:30, so yeah, no, let it get dark. Now, once it gets dark before 7:30, no longer interested in the change.
Yeah, well, okay, I wish Lindsay would put me to bed. That'd be a little bit easier. But the event that I went to last night was really cool. Twice now in 1 week, I've been to Minton Brewing Company. I've never been there before in my life. Like, I need to go there more for the beer, for the pizza. It was so good. But
yeah.
Got to meet some other guys for their Men Wear Pink event. It's going on, and it's kind of cool. I was asked to be, and Laura, you're going to help out. You don't even know, but you will be, for this event, an ambassador. And it's to raise funds, approximately $2,500. So I got to be honest, I'm a little bit nervous. That's a lot of money to try to fundraise.
Yeah, but I believe in you. I think you could do it.
Well, I believe in people. Like, if you're listening right now, I believe in you. You helped Laura and I collect so many coats last year for the homeless here in West Michigan. Like, I know you care and you do stuff, but it'll come through. But yeah, for the entire month of October, I'm trying to figure out what I can do. Like, I think maybe I'm gonna try to wear pink every day, but I don't want to buy 30 pink shirts. Do you think they make like a giant pink jacket or something?
I mean,
that I could wear? I'm trying to think of how I can get it. I need attention. So people are like, why are you wearing that?
Yeah, I mean, you could do that, or you could just like buy 2 or 3 different pink shirts and rotate them. It's a lot of laundry. It's a lot of laundry. I don't know if they make giant pink jackets. I'm sure they do.
I saw one guy, but he's like the small little dude. I'm like, of course they make an extra large jacket or a
you
small.
could just steal his wife's jacket at that point.
It might, honestly, the way it was so glittery, it might have been. But I was like, this guy walked into the room. He was the coolest dude, but he looked like a flamingo. Just like,
But did the jacket work?
Well, that's my point. Because when you're asking people to donate to something for helping out with breast cancer, you got to make sure you're getting their attention.
Absolutely. No, that's great. You know, you got to find you a pink jacket. You got to find yourself something fun. Or, I don't know, here's a suggestion. Why don't you dye your beard pink?
What?
Yeah,
Sorry.
because then you would always be pink. You'd always have a piece of pink on you if you got a pink beard. People are like, why is your beard pink? You'd be like, I'm trying to raise money.
Is that even possible to dye your beard pink?
Oh, absolutely it is. Do you not remember mer-beards when that was a trend a few years ago?
What?
Mermaid beards. Dudes were dyeing their beards pink and putting glitter in them, or purple or blue, but it was like a mermaid thing. But yeah, like it was mostly really incredibly attractive men were doing it. But I mean,
then I should be doing this then.
Obviously.
Oh, okay. Well, I need to get more details about this. Watch out, Lindsay. I'm already hot. Now I'm going to have a pink beard, possibly.
Ooh.
It's Mix 95.7. Good morning.
It's time for Big Joe and Laura's Need to Know News on Mix 95.7.
A West Michigan dog is one of the finalists for the 2024 Hero Dog Awards. Kobe is a black lab from Wayland who earned a spot among the 25 finalists for this competition run by American Humane. So that alone is a big deal, right?
Absolutely.
Well, Kobe was nominated for the honor after saving his partner's life in 2023 when he pulled his hearing-impaired partner from out of the path of a fire truck that was coming down the road.
Oh my gosh, Kobe, good boy.
No kidding. In addition to being in the top 25 finalists, now in the voting, he's in the top 5 in the service, hearing, and guide category. We got to get him to number 1.
Absolutely. You can find more details about it right now inside the Mix 95.7 app. Okay, I'm sure you've heard a little bit about it, but we're going to fill you in on the details. Diddy has finally been arrested, obviously. Now, we didn't know what the charges were before, but we're now being told he is being held without bail on 3 charges: racketeering, conspiracy, trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution.
My gosh.
Yeah, I mean, it's some serious stuff. Now, the judge wasn't swayed by his offer to pay a $50 million bond to wear an ankle monitor and limit his travel to South Florida and New York. I don't blame him. He hid on an island for how long? Why did you, if you come out when they had asked for you, you might have had a fighting chance on that one, buddy.
And this is the crazy world I live in, Laura. I don't wish they'd let him out, but if they would have, I'm like, let Dog the Bounty Hunter track him, because you'll get Diddy back if Dog the Bounty Hunter's on the case.
Or he just has to hang out with him the whole time. Oh, I would watch that show. Anyway, he did plead not guilty to all of the charges. He denies everything, even though there's like tons of evidence against him. And he is facing a maximum of life in prison. It's going to be interesting to see how this case shakes out.
Yeah, I was blown away when I saw that as well, the $50 million, and they wouldn't let him out. I'm like, he may never come out.
No, he's never coming out.
And for your final need to know news story, you might want to check your meter. We're heading to California, where a man recently discovered that he's being charged for his neighbor's usage for the past 18 years.
Oh, absolutely not.
Even after I turned off my breakers, I was I kept going outside to check my meter to see if it was still running, and it was still running. And I couldn't believe it. When I was seeing these spikes with my breakers off, then I said, I'm not looking at my meter. This is somebody else's meter. I feel powerless right now.
The utility company has actually apologized for the error, and they've done an investigation so far. And Laura, they say it looks like that the man was right, and that the meter he's been paying for has been since 2009, so almost 16 years.
Okay, so this could be good or bad, though, because if your neighbor uses more electricity than you, obviously bad news. But what if you have one of those neighbors that's a penny pitcher and turns off all their lights, and like you're over here like playing every single device in your house? I'm just saying, it could end up okay.
Yeah, I'd love to live next to one of those neighbors. That's not the case. That is Big Joe and Laura's Need to Know News on Mix 95.7. Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids' best mix. I feel like I need to throw a warning out there of sorts. I mean, in general, when Laura and I get to talk to you every day, we like to have fun. That's our goal. We're not trying to be Debbie Downers, but I feel like my situation is such a Debbie Downer, and I don't know if anybody else can relate to this or not.
Well, I'm going to give the preface.
Oh, boy, I shouldn't have used big words.
I know, I tried. Listen.
Prefaces?
I'm going to preface this with the fact that I think what you're going through is something a lot of people go through, and I think a lot of people don't know how to stand up for themselves. So if you're a person that needs a little motivation on how to hold your own, or maybe you have that motivation, please stick around. Joe, go ahead and share what happened to you yesterday.
So the brief backstory leading up to yesterday at around 8 o'clock in the morning during the show is that my dad passed away when I was 21. My parents were never together, but they were like on and off my whole life. But pretty much raised by my mom, and she's now in Ohio taking care of my grandma. And I think it's just being alone and isolated and sad because they're both, by themselves, and they both have really bad health conditions. I'm surprised they're both. That's why I came back to take this job in Grand Rapids, is like my mom was dying, like with her heart disease and stuff. And thank God she's still alive. But recently there's been some just issues, and she's dumping all her stuff on me. And I said, Mom, God, I love you, but if you're going to talk to me this way, I'm not going to be a punching bag. Like, she's not mad at me, but she's, your loved ones sometimes take it out on you.
I was going to say, it's not that she's dumping things on you, because it would be one thing if it's just like light complaints. She's like taking it out on you as if you did these things to her sometimes in her tone.
It's so weird to me, because out of my whole family, like, I'm one of the only grandkids that talks to my actual grandma, who I'm about to play this voicemail in a second. And it's like, wait, I'm the one that's there for you. I'm the one that talks to you. I'm the one that checks in on you. I send you stuff, and like, I love you. Why are you taking? But anyways, that's going on. So yesterday during the show, we're getting ready to do the Need to Know News around 8 o'clock. And I get this voice. I missed a call from my grandma, and I was really worried.
Joe, call me. Your mother is really ill. She's been trying to tell you she's bad for a long time, and you wouldn't listen. Now she has COVID on top of it, so you had no one to take care of her because I'm in the hospital with her too. So you can call me if you will, and I'll talk to you.
So that was a fun voicemail to get. And I guess the thing I was trying to tell everything as quickly as possible is that the last time I've talked to my mom and grandma was probably 3 or so months ago. Might even be via text message, not on the phone. And that's because I stood up for myself. I'm like, I love you. I do. But you're not going to dump all this stuff on me or take it out on me and make me feel bad. I'm like, if you're going to talk to me this way, don't talk to me unless there's a medical emergency with you or grandma.
And that's fair, because I think at a certain point, while your family is your blood, they're your loved ones, you try to take care of them as much as possible. There's certain points where you have to set a boundary and say, hey, I'm an adult. I have my own life. I want to help you, but if you're going to just lash out at me, I have to step away from my own mental health.
I agree with that. And I guess the hard thing I'm dealing with, Laura, and God, I feel like we're such downers, but once again, maybe you can relate to this. You've lost both your parents. That sucks. I do have one parent left, my mom, but it almost feels like she's already gone the way our relationship is. And I know nothing's going to change. My relationship with my mom will never be what I wanted it to be or what I dreamed of it being. And it's just getting worse and worse. But I don't know, like, do I reach out to her? Do I follow up and talk when I'm being treated this way? Because, like, Laura, I truly thought yesterday when I got that call during the show that it was my grandma saying, hey, your mom died.
Yeah. I mean, I think personally, I had a good relationship with my father when he passed. My mom, I was young, so it doesn't, there's, you always have a good relationship with your parents when you're a kid for the most part. And I will say one of my biggest regrets of losing my dad was that I didn't know how close to the end he was, because they love to not tell me things until the last second, because they say they don't want to, air quotes, worry me.
Yeah, they're protecting you by not telling you anything.
So my biggest regret was not spending a little more time with my dad. And I'm not saying that that's how you're going to feel about your
Yeah.
mom, but I think you have to at least have that conversation with her, especially with this scare right now. If you have the ability to just sit down and say, Mom, I love you. I appreciate everything you've done for me. I know that you have needs and things in life, but I wish you the best, and see if you can find some way to bridge that gap so at least both of you can find peace, knowing that, the end is unfortunately probably nearer than you would like it to be in this situation. And if you're out there, maybe you had an estranged parent, maybe you had a bad relationship with the parent before they passed away. How did you handle that? Because I think Joe could really use your advice and your support right now. Give us a call, 616-600-0957, or you can send us a DM in the Mix 95.7 app. Again, pick up that phone, 616-600-0957.
It's Big Joe and Laura here on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix. If you're just joining in this conversation, I guess I'm trying to figure out, what do I do with this situation? My grandma called me yesterday during the show, and that's a big deal because I haven't talked to my mom and grandma. I think the last thing was a text message about 3 months ago, because I said, hey, I love you both, but you're always giving me drama. You always guilt trip me. All these things you dump kind of on me. I'm like, if this is how it's going to continue, it's not. I'm not going to hear from you. I'm not going to respond unless it's like a medical thing. And lo and behold, yesterday, 8 o'clock, I get a call that my mom, who's already sick as it is in the hospital. She has COVID. And I mean, she could be okay. It may be the ending of her. I don't know. But it's just, I don't know what to do, Laura. This is such a...
And the thing you kind of leave out there is that your grandma's voicemail is pretty passive aggressive. Like, I can't take care of her. Like, as if you're supposed to drop your entire life and run immediately there when they know that you kind of have this strained relationship right now. So you're looking for advice. And hey, if you're out there going through something like this, A, we're there with you. And B, we'd love to hear from you at 616-600-0957.
Cassie in Rockford, what did you want to say? Any thoughts, advice?
Yeah, actually. So earlier this year, I have always had a really complicated relationship with my mom. And it finally just got to be too much. It was too much negativity about my stepdad, too much putting me in the middle and treating me like her therapist and her punching bag. And I had to talk to my therapist and set a boundary and be like, listen, if this is all that our relationship is going to be, then it's not a relationship I'm interested in having. And it was really hard, and cutting off contact completely, especially when I've got little kids, was really hard. But in the end, it ended up working out because it was kind of the wake-up call that she needed to be better. So we actually started talking a couple weeks ago. Things have gone really well so far. She's been a great grandma. She's been I don't want to say a great mom, because that doesn't eliminate all the things that she put me through just because she's better now.
Right.
Sure.
But I really think that setting firm boundaries and allowing people around you that are the kind of people that you want around you has a lot of merit. I think that, sometimes you have to stick up for yourself, even when it is family.
I think you're 100% right on that, Cassie, and props to you for doing that. And we're happy to hear that things are actually kind of turning the corner, it sounds like, as far as with the grandkids and everything. I guess for me, I feel the same way as you, I guess, and everybody's story is different. I feel like we're never going to get to that point, unfortunately. I don't think my mom's going to have that realization.
I didn't want to say it because it's not my situation.
No.
That was
I get it, but
that was kind of my thought for
Everyone's
you too,
a little different for sure.
No, but I appreciate you calling in. First of all, I'm happy to hear that, but also I'm glad I don't feel alone this morning thinking I'm the only one going through this. And if you are, unfortunately, hopefully other people that are going through this are at least getting some takeaways from it, what they can try to do.
And it's nice to hear a positive story too, that people can get better and come back in, because a lot of times you just hear that we're not talking anymore and that's the end of time, and it's kind of refreshing to see that your mom is actually putting forth the effort and growing.
Yeah, and it actually also kind of brought my sister and I closer together. She's lived states away, so it's just hard to keep in contact even though we both have little kids. But she actually moved home to be closer to family, and because neither of us were talking to my mom, we kind of took it upon ourselves to talk to each other. So now my sister and I are like closer than we've ever been, and things kind of turned to the corner with my mom. So, setting those boundaries, as hard as it was, really in the long run ended up being the best choice for us.
Absolutely. Cassie, thank you so much for calling this morning and sharing. And Joe, hopefully that did something to make you feel a little better.
Yeah, Cassie, can you call my mom for me?
I love getting involved in other people's drama. I would love to call your mom for you.
Thank you, Cassie. Have a great
Cassie,
day.
you're the best. Have a great day.
We appreciate all your calls this morning and your DMs. It's Big Joe and Laura here on Mix 95.7.
Hey, we're Big Joe and Laura here on Mix 95.7, and somebody dug around and found out which fast food restaurants have the least healthy versions of your favorite items, like least healthy hamburger, least healthy chicken
Like
sandwich.
the worst of the worst, they're saying calorie-wise and health-wise?
Absolutely. So if you were to take a guess at what, I'm just going to name the item, and I want you to guess where you think it is, and then I will tell you the true item, okay?
Okay, I feel like I've been to every fast food place, so I should have a good guess.
Okay, so there's always 4 or 5 for each of them. I'll tell you if you get into any of those. Who do you think has the least healthy cheeseburger?
Okay, you got McDonald's, you got Wendy's, you got Burger King. I don't know why, but my guts, even though I like it, McDonald's?
All the ones you named did not make the list.
What?
The least healthy cheeseburger, Five Guys.
Okay, those things are massive, though.
Yeah, and then followed by Whataburger, Smashburger, Carl's Jr., and Sonic.
Okay.
Unhealthiest chicken sandwich. Where do you think it's going from?
See, when I think of chicken sandwiches that are good, I think of Chick-fil-A and I think of Popeyes. So I'm trying to. Well, Wendy's has it. I like the spicy one at Wendy's too. I'm gonna go with Chick-fil-A just because it's so good.
Did not make the
devil's
list.
got to be in there.
Nope. That
Really?
one actually is healthy. No, Popeyes, number 1.
Okay.
Followed by Zaxby's and Bojangles here locally. So
Okay.
Unhealthiest chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggies.
Who has the worst nuggies?
Once again, I'm trying to think if I'm missing anything. You got McDonald's, you got Wendy's, you've got Burger King. There's probably other nugs out there. I'm gonna go with Wendy's.
Nope, Popeyes. Wait.
So Popeyes has got a cup. What are they doing to their chicken? Because their
It's probably
sandwich.
that breading. Because
The
that breading
breading?
is amazing, but all that breading is not good for you. It's just more fried stuff and more terrible for you. And then last but not least, who do you think has the least healthy French fries? And you got to think of any place. Some of these places could be technically sit downs.
Okay. Oh well.
That it's not necessarily drive-through places, just unhealthiest in general.
I like them. Everything I like, I assume is unhealthy. So I wanted to say I'm not slamming these places, but I feel like Rally's fries are so good. But that's not. I mean, that's not really a
you
sit
can
down
feel
place.
good that didn't make the list.
Then okay, I could guess all day. Who?
Five Guys. Again, Five Guys back at it with the unhealthy fries, followed by Steak and Shake, Bojangles, and KFC. Which KFC has a lot of seasoning on their fries, so that doesn't surprise
Put those
me.
KFC potato wedges.
Steak and Shake, they're so little. How could they be bad? They're so little.
I know, it's not fair. Big Joe's Little Wins happens weekdays around this time here on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix. We want you to call in at 616-600-0957 and celebrate your little win, the good stuff happening in your life. Deandra and Rockford, hey, tell us about your little win.
Okay, so I'm super excited. My son has been trying. My son, by the way, he just started high school.
Oh.
He has gotten 2 scholarships for tennis, one for Howard University and another one for Texas Tech, and we're really excited about that.
Holy cow.
So what grade is
Yeah.
he going into in this year?
Right now he's a freshman, so this is his first year, and he's been doing this. This is something that he's been doing like since he was a baby. He loves tennis, but last year Harvard called our phone and called my phone and my husband and I, and we were like, "Who is this?" And they were like, "Yeah, this and that with Harvard University." And the first time, guys, we hung up because we didn't believe them.
I wouldn't have either. I thought it was a scam.
Oh
Right,
my
I was
gosh.
like, yeah, no. And then they were like, no, here's the paperwork. This is just a couple offers. And the offers, since then, he's got more offers coming in, but he's really, really excited about Texas Tech. That's my little win, guys.
That is a huge win. Now, I got to ask, I think of like sports, like as a kid, I never was introduced to tennis. I think basketball, football, hockey, things like
Right.
that. But did you just see your son? You're like, I think he'd be good at tennis. Or how did this even come about?
Well, we're originally from Texas, and for Texas, that football is like religion. So
Right.
with the fact that he took this turn, he was like, I like football, but Mom, I don't. He told me and my husband, I don't think I like it as much as you guys like it. And we thought to disown him first, but then we said, you know what? Let's see what else he likes. He was like, you know what? I really like. He likes to watch tennis. He likes the opening, so Wimbledon. So I'm like, really? And he was like, yeah, I want to just give it a try and just see. This was at 7, so we were like, okay, if you say so. So, but ever since then, I'm glad we didn't disown him, because now he might make us a whole bunch of money.
I was gonna say, at least he won't cost you a lot of money. If he gets that college paid for, that's gonna be great.
Right, exactly.
Well, that's awesome. Hey, thank you so much for calling in and sharing that little win this morning.
Thank you guys for having me.
Of course. And hey, be like Deandra. Let us know what's going great in your world. 616-600-0957. We are Big Joe and Laura here on Mix 95.7. And yesterday, we tried the brand new Oreo and Coca-Cola collaborations, which means there are Oreos that taste like Coca-Cola and Coca-Cola that taste like Oreos. And I'm going to be honest, yeah, I know. I was really excited. I thought they were going to be a lot better than they were.
It was a bit of a letdown because sometimes they got these flavor combinations. I'm like, what mad scientist concocted this?
Yeah, what kind of monster were you to think that this was a good idea?
This was one with like somebody that had COVID and had no taste.
Yeah, it really, honestly, it felt like all the flavors were really muted. Anyway, we're going to post a video up on our Instagram and TikTok shortly. Go follow us, Big Joe and Laura, if you want to see it for yourself. But we wanted to know, it kind of made us think about all the nostalgic favorite food items from back in the day, those limited edition things that would come and go. And we wanted to know which one's your favorite or which one would you love to see again. You can always give us a call at 616-600-0957 or send us a DM if you want to be a part of the conversation. Now, Joe, you got one that you would do anything to get back in your hands again.
Well, it's kind of there. I've had it in a long time, but Code Red from Mountain Dew. I think that's still out there, but it's like Code Red Zero. But that just something about that I remember. That is a taste I'll never forget.
Yeah.
And then there's other ones that are making it, but they're not the same. Like I want the one that it was at that time, and that would be Snack Wraps, like the honey mustard, and I think it was the ranch at McDonald's.
Oh,
there was just something about that. I don't know if it was a cost-effective thing, but I ate that, Laura, I think, for weeks straight at a time.
You kind of dissed the best one of all. There was
What?
a Caesar snack wrap, and the Caesar one was, oh my God, it was so good. The ranch one was pretty solid too.
I'm a hater on a Caesar.
Cheese shredder
Yeah.
things. Oh gosh, yeah.
But I mean, for me, if I had to narrow it down to one thing, it's like, why don't they bring that back? Oh, okay. Can I bring one more?
Okay, well, you can bring back
Because I'm pretty sure it's not there. The double-decker taco. Is that back or not at Taco Bell? Because I haven't had that in so long.
No, I don't think
loved it.
So I don't think so, man. That would be good. They have a similar thing on the menu right now. It's like one of the Cantina tacos,
yeah,
but it's not the same.
it is
'cause one
not.
of them is a soft taco.
Like, guys, you have all the materials. Let's build this.
Let's just rebuild it. Build it. Make America great. No.
Make double-deckers great again. What about you? Do you have like a drink or a food item that you wish was back?
I think my one that always comes to mind first and foremost, and I know I'm not the only person complaining, I loved Pepsi Blue. Do you remember Pepsi Blue? It was a limited edition thing in like the early 2000s, and it didn't taste like Pepsi. It was like a blue soda. It was like not quite blue raspberry. It wasn't that syrupy, but it was just this right in between flavor. It was so good. I wish they would have just called it something else.
Yeah.
Made it like Blue Fanta, something else, but it was so good. And they brought it back temporarily a few years ago. I didn't get to have it when it happened because it was one of those pop-ups like it appears for a second, it goes away. But that, or there's a limited edition food that only comes around seasonally that I would like to beg for them to always have.
What?
White chocolate Oreos. The ones that are dipped in white chocolate. Have you ever had those?
I don't know if I have. I'm just a basic guy with double stuff, and I'm good to go.
No, listen. These things, they only come out at Christmas. And that's like, I'm not a big Christmas person. I do get amped when these come out. They take regular Oreos and they just dip them in white chocolate. And it's just, oh, it's so good. It's the perfect little just morsel. I only need one of them at a time. So like a box of them lasts me the whole season because I'm having one a day at most. But I don't know why.
We gotta get you
I can't have them all the time.
We got to get you a fondue kit. You can just stick your Oreos on there.
Or I could just, do that myself. It's not the same. They're perfect.
Okay, so those are just a few of the things that personally we wish would like just to come back to see it again, a food or a drink. What about you? Is there an item or two that you're like, oh man, do you remember this? That was so good.
616-600-0957 or send us a DM right now on the Mix 95.7 app.
Mix 95.7, it is Big Joe and Laura.
And yesterday we tried the new Oreo and Coca-Cola flavor combinations. The Oreos that taste like Coca-Cola and the Coca-Cola that tastes like Oreos, which is very difficult to say and very underwhelming in flavor, to be fully honest with you.
Yeah, to get hyped up for two things which are awesome by themselves, meh. But we did the hard work for you.
Absolutely. We wanted to know which one of these limited edition foods or discontinued foods do you wish still existed? Of course, you can always be a part of the conversation by calling us at 616-600-0957, or you can send us a DM inside our Mix 95.7 app, like Stephanie in Comstock Park, who said Planters peanut butter crisps and Butterfinger BBs.
I remember the Butterfinger oh my God.
Butterfingers BBs. Yeah, I know they were hard to say.
But what was the other one?
Planters peanut butter crisps or Planters PB crisp. They were like little cracker cookie things that Planters made in the 90s, and they would either have like peanut butter or like a little bit of jelly in the middle. I specifically remember strawberry being a flavor. Mm-hmm. Oh man, I tore through those things as a kid. I loved them. I forgot they existed until Stephanie sent us this DM.
Maybe they don't exist anymore because nobody can say them properly. Like, what do you want? What do you need?
Butterfinger BB.
Give me that BB.
You know what? Bring back Bart Simpson. He sold those really well. And then Ben in East GR said, does anyone remember Pop-Tart cereal? Today's kids don't know what they're. You don't remember Pop-Tart cereal?
No. That sounds like diabetes, but I like it.
Very similar in consistency to the Planters PB crisps now that I think about it, but it was kind of flaky and it had a little bit of icing in the middle, and they were, oh God, it was it was good without milk. One of the rare cereals that you almost want to eat without milk, and then when you added milk, it all melted. Oh gosh. Anyway, 616-600-0957. Tammy in Fremont, what snack do you wish still existed?
Yes, I actually have two.
Okay.
The first one would be the loaded Italian sub at Arby's. That was amazing. That was so good.
She's like upset.
She's like, give me a second. I got to pause.
I got to breathe.
R.I.P. Okay, what's the other one?
The dark berry Dr. Pepper. That was the best drink ever.
It was. I forgot about it.
That sounds good. I've never had it. I never had did you ever hear what Laura's talking about, the Pepsi Blue?
I've heard about it, but I don't think I ever tried it because I'm not a big Pepsi fan, but
I'm not generally either, but it was not at all like I think that was the problem. It was bad marketing because everybody's like blue Pepsi, and I'm like, no, it did not taste like Pepsi, and it had nothing to do with Pepsi other than the label, but it was so good.
Tammy, have you been able to find anything close to that Italian sandwich that you love so much?
No.
Oh.
Well, let's take a moment to reflect. A little moment of sadness for our Italian sub.
A moment of silence for all of our foods that we miss.
Tammy, thanks for calling in and sharing that.
You're welcome. You guys have a great day.
If you've got any other snacks or drinks, go ahead and DM us in the Mix 95.7 app.
It's time to play Laura Can't Lose on Mix 95.7. Here's how it happens. You'll have 1 minute to answer 5 questions. You can pass if you need to, and we'll come back if time allows. A tie goes to Laura because, well, her name's on the show. Here's who's playing Laura Can't Lose today.
Let's welcome back for the second day in a row playing Laura Can't Lose, Molly in Grand Rapids.
Welcome back, Molly.
Woo! Thank you.
So at least you told me yesterday that your daughter, Mary Rose, is a big fan and listens to Laura Can't Lose. So I didn't beat you yesterday, so hopefully she's still a fan of me today, right?
No, she is.
Okay, good.
She's a diehard.
Okay,
fan,
good.
So.
Good. I don't want to break any hearts.
All right, Molly, in honor of you and your daughter, go ahead and kick Laura out of the studio.
Okay, kick her out. Get out of there.
All right, 5 questions coming your way now that the door is closed. Where was reggae star Bob Marley born?
Jamaica.
Question 2. A Tiny Tim is a variety of what fruit?
I believe it's a plum.
Question 3. What bird bone is known as the wishbone?
It's like the bone that's in the chest, but I don't know if that's the actual name of it. Can I come back to that one?
Sure. Question 4. What position did Lions coach Dan Campbell play when he was in the NFL?
Hold on, I think I know that. Tight end.
Question 5. What nutrient is required by the body in order to build up muscles?
Protein.
Question 3 again. What bird bone is known as the wishbone?
I'm gonna say like the chest plate.
All right, I'm going to bring Laura back in.
Laura! La, 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 Laura!
All right, Laura's making her way on in here, and it's almost like deja vu because Molly in Grand Rapids got 3 right.
Ooh, okay. So hard questions again today. I see how it is.
I think they were pretty easy, but that's just me. I came up with them. Question 1 for you, Laura. Where was reggae star Bob Marley born?
Jamaica?
Correct, Mon. 1-1.
Okay. that was a guess.
Question 2. A Tiny Tim is a variety of what fruit? A
I
tiny.
know I heard you.
Okay.
That's nonsense. I don't know. An orange? There's so many different kinds of oranges. I just.
No, it's a tomato.
Oh, ew, gross. I hate tomatoes.
You both got that wrong. The score is 1-1 going into question 3. What bird bone is known as the wishbone?
The wishbone? No. Oh, gosh.
But what actual, like, if you were like to look
Yeah, I
at
know,
the
I'm trying to
skeleton
think
of a
of-
bird?
Is it their hip bone? I don't know what that thing is.
No, you both got that one wrong as well. It is collarbone.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
that's so mean. I
It's-
hate that.
Yeah, I know. Somebody that had their collarbone broken, it was probably one of the worst painful things I've ever had in my
know,
life.
I hate that
I'm
so
like, oh, I've
much.
had too much joy in this. Then again, the dude's already been killed, but whatever.
Yeah, I know, but still.
All right, Laura, Molly, we got to do something here. It's 1-1 going into question 4.
We're trying, Joe. You made the questions too hard.
What position did Detroit Lions coach Dan Campbell play when he was in the NFL?
No idea. Let's say quarterback. Why not? They're always quarterbacks, right?
No, actually.
Oh no!
Laura, you got that wrong. Molly,
No.
I assume guessed said tight end, and that is the correct answer.
No.
Molly is now
It was
taken.
a total guess.
Well, there you go.
I thought quarterback was too easy, so I went with the next only position I know.
You know what? It was a smart guess, Molly. 'Cause it was
She's like,
better
that.
than
It was going to be that or
quarterback.
kicker. I was going to go with kicker. All right. Well, high scoring game so far. It is 2-0. No, sorry. It is 2-1 going into the final question.
All right, let's see how it goes.
What nutrient is required by the body in order to build up muscles?
Protein?
That's correct, but it's a little too late because Laura, you lost today,
Oh.
3-2. Molly's a winner.
Congrats!
Oh my gosh, I won. Mary Rose is going to be so happy.
Oh my
Yep.
gosh! I'll have to send her a special
feel
extra
like-
something with your Michigan lottery tickets.
I feel like Laura lost because she didn't want to upset your daughter, but no.
Listen, I can't upset my fans, but no, I
Oh.
genuinely did not know those answers.
Well, you got
I
yourself.
told her I was going to split my winnings with her.
Oh, good.
Well, hey, congratulations. I won those $65 worth of those Michigan Lottery jackpot tickets. Now, Laura, you know what you got to do,
Yay.
right?
I know. I'm Laura from Alger Heights, and yes, sometimes I can lose to awesome people like Molly.
You want to be like Molly and take Laura on? Maybe you can win that jackpot too. Give us a call, 616-600-0957. Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7. I feel like it's only right that we shamelessly plug our social media so we can be friends on there. Big Joe and Laura, you can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok. As a matter of fact, Laura has posted up a brand new video for you to go check out. But the reason I bring that up is I told Laura, I'm like, look at this Facebook group I'm in, and you just bust out laughing at me.
Well, yeah, because it seems like almost a parody of a Facebook group to me. So, because I'm in a lot of really weird, dark, weird Facebook groups. If you go through my Facebook group thing, if you're friends with me, I'm sorry in advance. There's some weird stuff in there. But okay, so you're in the Facebook group Beef Jerky. Is it Fanatics?
No, how dare you disrespect it? What it is, it's on Facebook. It's Jerky Junkies.
Jerky Junkies. That's
People
how
that love
terrible
their
it
beef
was.
jerky. Like, and I read this one post, and this is what got Laura laughing. It says, "What up, Jerky fam? New to the group and ready to start my jerky adventure."
Jerky adventure. Like, is it for people who want to make jerky?
Yes, they want to
People
make
who
jerky at
enjoy it
home.
at the gas station.
Make it. They want to. We all
Okay.
enjoy it. We want to make it. It says, "I'm sure there's a thread in here somewhere about tips for beginners. Any advice that you could maybe share with somebody for the first time? Oh, by the way, I'm using an air fryer."
Oh, just stop. Don't make jerky.
'Cause-
That's my advice for you. If you're using an air fryer, stop.
I haven't tried yet, but my goal within the next, 6 months is to start being, getting my jerky adventure on.
You know what? I'm proud of you. I wish my Facebook experience was as wholesome as yours.
So you're not part of jerky.
No.
Okay. Adventures.
Here's my favorite one. One of two. I'll give you two just to give you a sample. These are the more tame ones. My favorite one right now. It's called Wait a Minute, This Is Not Flavor Town. Where the heck am I? And it's a Facebook group of people just where they find really messed up weird recipes, weird foods. The description is when you wanted to go to Flavor Town, but the long and winding road led you elsewhere. So
I've been there before.
it's like a lot of it is bullying people from other countries, like British people for putting beans on toast. Like, this is not a meal. Like, things like that. It's very fun. It's mostly kind of wholesome. And then I'm also in another group that I find great joy in. And if I ever get to participate, I feel like the smartest person in the room. But it's called What Does This Mean? And basically, it's people will be scrolling their Facebook and you'll see somebody post a meme or a statement or something like that. So you screenshot it, you take it to this group, and you go, "What is this person talking about? I don't want to ask them. I'm going to ask all of you instead." And it's just fun because like a third of the answers are wildly wrong. Because it's just people guessing who also don't know what it means. And then eventually one smart person will come in and everybody will like their comment because they actually knew what it meant. But I get a little smarter every day for being in that group and also just a little dumber in the process as well.
616-600-0957. That is 616-600-0957. Tell us about that Facebook group you're in that, I don't know, might be a little weird.
Yeah.
Might be a little odd. It's Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7.